In Pakistan, women make up over 48% of the population, but their financial participation in the economy is one of the lowest in the world. So only about 7% of women in Pakistan have access to financial institutions, which is of course a huge concern. These numbers and many others basically show that gender disparities are often rooted in social norms and attitudes that make it hard for women and girls to escape poverty. But things can and do change. UNDP's 5-year country program in Pakistan, 2023 to 2027, clearly prioritizes gender issues, dedicating one of its 4 pillars to women's inclusion and empowerment. This is central to our development efforts and forms the foundation of our support to Pakistan in achieving the 2030 Agenda, Sustainable Development Goals. Traditionally, efforts to address gender-based violence and legal empowerment focused on protection rather than inclusion and empowerment. We believe it's time to shift towards an integrated, rights-based approach where women are placed at the heart of all development, inclusion, and resilience efforts. UNDP is working closely with the government of Pakistan federally and provincially and other national partners on various efforts to tackle climate change. This includes, for example, early warning, disaster risk reduction, conservation of biodiversity and environmental ecosystems, climate risk insurance and finance, and promoting sustainable energy systems. UNDP's global flagship program, The Climate Promise, here in Pakistan, aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and decarbonize key sectors of the economy by supporting the government to develop and implement its nationally determined contributions, including its long-term low-emissions development strategy in line with the Paris Agreement. We focus on scaling up e-mobility, setting up regulations for an electronic vehicle charging infrastructure, and accelerating transitions to cleaner, renewable energy to further reduce these emissions. For instance, one of our new projects uses biomass from agricultural waste to generate electricity for rural populations. Last but not least, we're addressing all of the impacts of climate change on the most vulnerable communities, especially in post-disaster scenarios through projects like GLOF 2 and the Flood Recovery Program. UNDP really values OICCI as the national point of reference for foreign investors in Pakistan. It's not only the oldest, but also one of the largest commerce and industry chambers in South Asia, with over 200 members from 31 different countries across 14 different sectors of trade and industry. So, OICCI and its members are in a great position to help shape the present and the future of finance, of commerce and industry in Pakistan, particularly from the lens of ease of doing business for foreign investors. A strategic partnership between UNDP in Pakistan and OICCI could drive public-private partnerships working alongside the government to align policies, business practices, and investments with the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. UNDP and OICCI are joining forces on important development issues like women's economic empowerment, climate change, sustainable energy, innovation, digital transformation, basically to show by evidence that in all these areas we can do well and do good at the same time.